Hi guys, so welcome to yet another episode of Streamdorm Weekly. This is another week, another happening, and a lot of things have happened during the week. Today we'll be bringing you like updates on what have happened in the past week. So I remember my humble self, the crown, and with me I have
Adedayo, the Immortal boat. So yeah, how was your week?
fine bro. How was yours?
Mine was filled with work, but we thank God we're here. Before we start, a moment of respect for those that lost their lives due to the poisoning of what the attitude or the actions of that lady. Uh, what do you think about what the whole situation that happened during that time on social media?
It's a very sad thing, to be honest, because from something so serious, something that is supposed to be upon, it has actually become a thing of mockery, a thing of uh, something people use to catch cruise on the internet. It has become a laughing matter, something that's supposed to be like taken with utmost severity. I can't imagine how the extent to which someone can be so wicked. I just think she's wicked. That's wickedness, pure evil. I don't know whatever the ex must have done to her, whatever it is that led her to do what she did, but taking someone's life, that's always going overboard. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for that. There is never an excuse for that. And as I've said before, rest in peace to the friends wey be say dey go use head pack wetin no be their own. Like, see, I can't really blame them because sometimes I go to my friend's place and I'm like, how far? I fit just enter in kitchen sef. Food dey house, you eat. He comes to my place, we do the same thing. We eat together, we vibe together, we like do things together. So there is no way they would have actually expected that something like that is ever possible. I just feel like their dreams, their whole plans for the future just got ruined by some what I would call, is it stupidity of two individuals that claimed to love one another at a certain point in time, and now because they've broken up or whatever the guy did to her, she poisoned him, and the friends just ate the poison, and it's very sad. It's very sad.
Okay, so for people who don't understand or who don't know what we're talking about, this incident happened in Edo State. It's a 16-year-old girl called Aisha Suleiman. We can use the word accused or allegedly because according to the law of every land, it is, or most land rather, innocent was proven guilty, but this is something that was caught red-handed. The 16 or 17-year-old girl, she poisoned her ex and a friend. They are five in number. She killed them because for some reason they betrayed her, or God knows what her excuse is. Now, in terms of the memes that have been going on the internet, some what do we classify them as? Maybe we can't call them feminists because this is not what feminism is all about. But some people who have what they call misandry, it's the equivalent, should we say the opposite of the word misogyny, when you hate men. So that's something, because killing men should be regarded as evil, and the same way killing women should be regarded as evil for whatever act committed. The constant hate and the campaign for men should be killed or women should be killed it's found upon by Streamdorm and myself and the account that is right here. So we do not condone such attitude, we do not condone such action, and for whatever reason, whether your your ex who promised you that he's going to marry you and somehow it breaks up. We know that these things happen and we know that it hurts a lot, but I do believe that killing such person is not an option, or it's not something that should be considered entirely. And one other issue that is surrounding this matter is the fact that this girl is 16 years old, and some people are calling for the death sentence of the girl. And personally, I don't think that should be done. Yes, there are some, according to the Nigerian law, if you kill, you shall be killed. But there's most exemptions. There are exemptions for crimes committed by minors, even in the Nigerian law. But based on, because I saw a post recently that where the police officer was saying, a police officer was saying that she should also be killed. The police officers are not the jury, they are executioners of the law, so I don't think they have the power to change the law just because something like that happened. Or what do you think? What
So
punishment do you
I
think suits the lady?
I actually agree with you on. Okay, I don't think jungle justice is the answer. She should not be killed because of her whatever it is mistake. I don't want to call it a mistake because she had the intention of killing the guy. But one thing I want to point out is that, okay, I understand that she's an underage, but what is a 16 years old girl's business with relationship? Okay, I'm not the judge here. I'm not to decide who goes into a relationship and who doesn't. But bro, come to think of it, a 16-year-old girl having an ex. Omo, when I was 16, I don't even know what class was I then? A 16-year-old girl. I'm still sure. At 16, they're already looking for boo. At 16, I was still looking for my books. Like, see, this society, our community, I don't know what it's turning into. Okay, yes, she's an underage. And I don't think she being sentenced to death whatsoever would atone for whatever she has done. That doesn't mean she should not be punished accordingly. She should definitely face the punishment. But no, no, no. Killing her would not do it. She should be kept alive.
On the regards of 16 years old as in a relationship, I genuinely don't think having a relationship has anything to do with this. There are a lot of people that they are our age or even younger, even just kids trying to do just being kids. Yes, there's the experience part of it that probably right now you are just having, you're not certain, you're just feeling you're in one Hollywood movie or a Bollywood movie, which is not the reality. But even there are lots of people that are in a relationship even at our age. But in our own case, I believe it's the lies she has been told.
I understand you. But at the age of 16, was okay, let's bring it to a general ground now. I'm trying to look at it from another perspective. Okay, you said there are other people, even younger than her, who are in a relationship at the age of 16 or even lower. So when you are in such a relationship, are you actually looking like, because the main aim of going into a relationship, if I'm having a girlfriend, my aim is at some point I should be ready to marry this person, spend the rest of my life with this person, or unless we are doing a fling or while it lasts kind of relationship. At the age of 16, you going into a relationship, what's the purpose of that relationship? Are they looking to date till they get married, or what's the game? What's the benefit of going into a relationship at that young age. If you had a younger sister at 16, would you advise her to go into a relationship at that age?
I think here's the thing in this situation. The content we consume, whether it's the internet or whether it's at home or medias we consume, it affects who we become or who we are. In our own case, like where I was going, I believe that for whatever, probably she had a phone, social media, what her friends have been telling her, what she has been watching on TV, she has been like, okay, this is the next step or this is the life. A lot of people, a lot of younger ones, even as of, I can't speak of every generation, but I can speak of right now, things that are happening. People want to live all their lives at a very young age. Like they want to have the money, they want to have the relationship, they want to flex, they want to travel, they want to do this, they want to do that. So I believe that she is being influenced by whatever content. So some of these kind of issues or some of these kind of things, the place where I will sound harsh is to the parents and to the family, because if you are being constantly checked on by and monitored by your parents, for a girl such as her age, all these kind of things won't be won't be happening, because your communication matters. If parents are communicating and talking to their kids, all these kind of things won't happen. Yes, there are exceptions, there are few kind of things, but if you're always going, how was school, what did you learn today, how did you get this thing, because you can't just bring anything to the house as a parent. You're supposed to be able to ask your kid that, where do you get money from this, and she tell, oh, is this guy that I bought from. There are supposed to be cautions that you can, right now this is not the age, and even if this is what you are doing at this time, you should understand and know what it is that you are doing. So all these kind of things, they should supposed to be like, it's supposed to be monitored from the parents, from the siblings. So everything like this that's happening to her, I think it begins from home, and that's just my personal opinion. And this is not to pass any blame on anyone, but just a personal opinion of mine.
Yeah, to some extent, you're actually correct. Because when you made mention of a lot of things happening like at a young age in this generation, I agree with you like 100% on that. Looking at the aspect of money, delving from relationship now, a lot of young adults, not even young adults, teenagers looking to make quick money, going into internet fraud, doing rituals. We've heard cases of 17 or 18-year-old boys using like their girlfriend for money ritual, and so a lot of atrocities, a lot of things that shouldn't be heard of from a young teenager. The responsibilities, as you've said, goes to the parents. But in this generation, one thing I've actually caught my attention is the way things have switched up. Back in the days, I felt like our parents depended
What
on,
is?
yeah,
What this?
I can say like
You said
not back in the
back in the
days, like
days.
our grandmothers days, not
Have you
like
ever
the
learned so?
Gen Z days.
Okay, I'm listening.
I
Yeah.
felt like they depended on their parents. But in this generation, like in recent times, I feel like the parents are the ones depending on the younger ones, their children. And the responsibility, I can't imagine a 17-year-old boy at home with a lot of responsibilities, and then he has a mother and a father who are supposed to be taking care of him. Now the reverse is the case, he's the one taking care of them. That's where we have gotten into. So it's just very appalling. But I just pray that we all find grace at some point. Because
I think on your points, what I think I posted something. I'm trying to bring it up, but uh the parents, this is something. I'm not the type of person, because on social media, especially on Twitter, I've been campaigning. I use the word campaigning against this generation, the phrase this generation Gen Z, people trying to up use make Gen Z the synonyms of things that are happening bad in this world. Here's what I said. I'm officially at the edge of the cliff. The misconception of my generation is getting out of hand. Um, Gen Z are ignorant. Really. The previous generation believed in the lie that working 9 to 5 and the repetition of a task will bring financial success and fulfillment. But in reality, it brings segregation of status. My generation knows this lies and has refused to follow the pattern, so deal with it. So basically, what I'm saying is that what is happening right now is the shift is a complete shift of mindset, where we've seen the Gen X, that was the grandfather. With little, you can achieve much. That was like their generation. Then we have the generation of our parents, where you have to put in more work to be able to achieve more. But even with all the more work and everything they are putting in, you are still not achieving, or you are still not gaining much results. At least what you have is little to take care of your parents. The ones that have much, either they have from their parents or they were just lucky at some point. But in terms of the general, the masses, you have to work hard to be able to, you have to work 10 times to be able to get like 5 or 2% of what it is that you've worked for. And now my generation is saying that working hard for getting for less doesn't work. So what we have to do, we have to fine tune our attitude. So that's what's happening right now. So, but still on back on the parents, the parent rules in stopping something like this is as simple as watch your kids, talk to your kids, communicate with your kids, understand them and what it is they're doing, and maybe at some point you're able to um solve issues like this. So moving on, during this week, things that happened was this Davido TikTok live, the release of Awuke, and this dance challenge. So do you have anything to say on that?
Nothing really much on that aspect because okay, I came across a post where I saw someone saying that Davido or other celebrities who have jumped on the live section on TikTok with Peller actually know like the impact of his platform right now and are actually milking it. That is true. Everyone is all about opportunity, and social media has actually grown from a state whereby your followers used to matter more, but now I feel your views, like how well your videos or whatever content you are putting out there is doing, really matters a lot. Now even matters more than your followers. You can have like 2,000 followers on let's say TikTok now, and then you post the content and you get like millions of views and thousands of reaction on that post. So the video jumping on a live section with Peller, we all saw Peller's reaction to something like that. It was like a big deal for him. It was really like a big deal. I think it's a win-win for the both of them. Do you get?
I think last week we also talked about it in the case of Tiwa Savage. What me I'll say now, someone like Pella, I want to believe is like ISO speed of Nigeria, because here's the thing, I'm not a fan of Pella. That's my honest truth. There are lots of content, Nigeria or foreigns, that I don't find, it don't appeal to me, and my belief is that art is subjective. So you don't expect me to like what you like, and I can't expect you to like what I like. That being said, um Peller is making his own content, and people that are finding him interesting are finding him interesting, and right now is driving in traffic, and I do hope he's able to keep this up because I can't look down on anyone, and especially when I've never gotten to that stage. So right now he's bringing in more eyeballs and more celebrities. Davido, who knows, Wizkid, God knows the number of celebrities who want to have TikTok live. If he's streaming, people want to jump on his streams. If he's making content, people want to make content with him. So just like what you said, the eyeballs you are bringing, your followers doesn't really. Even Instagram CEOs and all these content creators are saying your followers don't really matter. What matters is the eyeballs you are bringing in. You can have 300 followers, and if you're having a regular 50,000 people that are viewing your content every week or every day, that's enough for people to collaborate with. That's enough for brands to want to do business with you. So the numbers of traffic you are bringing in is what really matters. And moving on, this song, congratulations to Davido. It has done number one on iTunes Music, Spotify, on Apple Music, and lots of streaming platforms, Nigeria and even Africa. That's chart lots of this thing. And how are you feeling the song?
Yeah, I've listened to the song, and today I was outside, and most of the places I like have been today, that's the song. Like the song is like on repeat everywhere. I'm just like, I will care here, I will care there. The song is really a nice one, and I think for his first single for the year 2024, that's really a good one. And again, the song is currently trending on Twitter, and the song, the TikTok challenge that came with the song and everything. I think Davido is a very brilliant person, and I will give him kudos for one thing I've noticed that he always does or tries to do, that I have not really seen some other big celebrities uh, do, and that is before he actually dropped that song. He first of all posted a video on his IG where he and some other people started that dance challenge. He like, it shows that this guy, he's like very zealous about what he does, and he's ready to put in the work. That means he actually took his time to be with those guys, to learn those steps and learn those dances. Before now, in the days of, like, let's say, using an international artist now, I can see Chris Brown, Techno, and some other Nigerian artists, they used to dance in their music video. You see them, they will rehearse the dances and dance in their own music video. In Unavailable, Davido did that, and in Awuke too. Those dances, it shows that he actually takes his time to, whatever I'm releasing or whatever I'm going to do, I would learn the dances and dance with these people. No, you are shooting a music video, and inside the music video, you hire dancers. The dancers you hire, your own is just probably holding a plastic bottle, holding or rocking girls, or doing whatever you want to do in your own music video. It's not my music video. So whatever you feel works for you. But I just think Davido should be given his flowers for actually taking out his time to always do something like that.
Yeah, he has a very amazing team. I think I've watched some, was it a documentary or a YouTube video where, yeah, it was Tayo, I know, where he was working, like he walked or he moved around with Davido. And some of the things that I noticed about Davido was he puts time with marketing a song. So moving on, there was this lawmaker who assaulted a boat driver. Was it a boat driver? I think it was it. I think the boat driver, and
Yes.
he was requesting. I think he was requesting some apology from him or so, and he was charged. Do you have more insight on that story?
That story is actually a funny one, and should I say thank God or okay, kudos to the man we all know as or in quotes an activist that says okay no he's not an activist, he's a social media policeman. That's in person of a very dark man. He was the one that actually came out to talk about that stuff. Before then I didn't even know that something like that had happened. But that aside, I saw a was it okay? It's a post by Saida Bosch where she was like, for him to have assaulted that boat driver, he must have pushed him to uh, his limit or whatever. I can't really remember that very well now, but I don't think that is an excuse, and I don't think the fine he was made to pay is enough for assaulting a person. Whatever position you find yourself, whatever you feel like you've achieved, that doesn't mean you should look down on other people. I saw the assault video, though it didn't like mean too much of an assault, but then that was actually just bullying, and such a thing should not be condoned in our society. If reverse was the case, I'm not trying to be partial or talking for the poor or talking for the rich now, but I'm very sure if it was a poor man's child that actually assaulted someone in a higher position, that person would actually know what he or she would face in that kind of situation. You finding him to pay 500,000 or whatever amount they gave him to pay, that doesn't. He's supposed to be locked up, safe. For real. The fact that he's a representative or whatever position he's holding doesn't give him the right to assault someone else. That's how I just feel about the whole situation.
There's something that I saw wasn't what has been a while that I've seen that I saw that right now every single person they are in a particular position. So no matter how big you are, if you think that everybody is bowing their heads to greet you, good morning sir, good morning ma, they are not doing that because of you. They are doing that because of the position you hold. And as soon as you vacate that seat, you are just back at a normal person. They're going to give you the same respect they will give the normal person. Right now, you are hailing a particular senator. As soon as he leaves the position, no one knows he's a senator. You just know him for the name his mom gave him at birth. So back to football rather. Two stories happened this week. Ademola ranked 14 for Ballon d'Or. That was the Nigeria striker for the Super Eagles, Ademola, and the Man U coach that was sacked. Do you have any take on those two?
Ademola Lookman, I think it's for me or for some Nigerians out there, it's easy to say that we expected that he had actually like rank higher than that 14, but I think he's still a good one. Ademola Lookman is a fine player, he's a very good player, and I would be surprised if he doesn't win the African best. Ademola Lookman is a kind of player that is very creative, and when he is with the ball, he knows what he wants to do. He knows what he's going to do with the ball. I saw a post by Daniel Rega where he was like, at the event, the Ballon d'Or event, he, in person of Ademola, should have dressed in a native attire or an African attire to actually show that he to like present Africa at the Ballon d'Or event. First off, I'd like to ask what you think of such a take. Everyone has their take on every topic, but what do you think of such a claim?
All I'll say is simple. there are times where we have to focus on the larger topic at hand, and there are times where we have to focus on the smaller topics. I think that that kind of post or is his personal opinion, but I believe that that's not what the whole world is talking about. The French people are not putting on their French clothes. The I think Suits is British. It originates from Britain, I think. You're not seeing the Brazilian dressed like in their local attires. You're not seeing even George Weah. You're not seeing him dressed in his local attire. So I think that's not the issue at hand. There are lots of Africans there. You shouldn't single out Ademola Lookman. What we are celebrating, someone is ranked 14th best player in the entire world, and what you think is about the clothes. It's like saying you are, yeah, it's like saying they're competing in a race and someone wins gold and you're saying, oh, because he this color of his socks is black. Yeah, you should have changed it to red, and that's the whole issue everybody's talking about. That's minute thing. Yes, you to you it might look significant, but that's not the main issue at hand. We're talking about someone that is proving time over and over again that it has what it takes to be called the best player in the whole of the world. So that's the main issue. And on this Ten Hag issue, um, I mean, my initial thought at the point was like, oh, maybe Ten Hag go now will help Man United. But looking back, I believe that he has done something for Man United. And when I saw their recent play with their new coach, I want to believe that the reason they purposefully start playing bad because they want the man gone. That's their own way of.
Yes, Eric Ten Hag's sack has, I would say it had like been long overdue. This is something like the fans has been expecting, and it was like this guy is the favorite of the management, and they are not like willing to let him go. So when they actually sacked him, at first to me it came as a surprise. But then again, this is something that is supposed to have happened, and okay, it has actually happened, and thanks to God, I am a Mayu fan, and to some extent, I would say I was happy. To some extent, I would say I was like not even feeling anything about it, because the match after Eric Ten Hag was sacked, we played 5-2 against Leicester in that match, and the same pattern was what we used. It's just that we utilized our chances in that game, which we have been failing to do in the previous games when Eric Ten Hag was there. So I agree with you when you say I think the players like just wanted the man out. They were playing against the man, because I can't imagine why Dalo, after the ball, like just him and the goalpost, he still decided to miss such a ball against West Ham. So I just wish him good luck wherever his career takes him next. He really did try his best. I think he tried his best. And one thing I would forever give him accolade for was developing Garnacho, Mino, and other young talents in the Man United squad currently. So kudos to him, and I wish him the best in the future.
Yeah, we also have a story. We are not going to talk much about. We are not going to talk about that at all. It's about Young Thug release. So in case you don't know, it was not yesterday or the day before yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Young Thug was released. So basically, this is what happened. His lawyer was like the MVP of the whole case. He was sentenced to 40 years imprisonment, but he has spent initial 5 years, I think 5 or 4 years in jail during those time. So that 5 years has been removed from the 40 years imprisonment. I said that, and what's going to happen is that is going to be on probation for 15 years, and if anything happens within those 15 years, like that is against his own case, is going to serve 20 years imprisonment. So that was basically what happened to Young Thug. I think this was October 31st, and in the whole case, so kudos to his lawyer for doing what it takes. And I think our final topic that I believe we should discuss is filmmaking. Um, because recently, even before before we start recording, I was watching a short film, and I do believe that there's potential in filmmaking, especially for young talents, and short films are something that we can also that people can start with. So in the I don't know, the reason why, one of the reasons why I don't watch Nigerian movies is because of the recycled story. It's basically love. This one married this one did this one. There's this unnecessary drama and this overrated comedy that people are just laughing and I'm expected to laugh with. I believe that if we start taking these stories to a new direction, there will be more, to me, there will be more respect from it. And yeah, the industry is doing well, but I do believe that we can start doing well and younger talent with younger ideas, because there's a underlining or background comic book industry that is growing. There's the anime industry, there's the comic book industries. There's something that is happening at the background. So I believe if other people start using their talents to bring in their own kind of stories, there's something that we can work with in this country that will make us go global. And what do you think?
Nollywood as a filmmaking industry, I believe everyone would agree with me, has produced like a lot of fine filmmakers, not just actors or actresses, a whole lot of producers, a whole lot of directors, a whole lot of fine filmmakers. When you say, okay, I don't want to like be seem like kind of attacky or whatever, but I feel every Nigeria movie or Nollywood movies which you claim you don't really like uh seem to like watch quite often. I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel our movies are home based. That's one. Two, aside some that have okay actually shifted from what it's supposed to be, most of Nigeria movies are like rooted in the African culture. So I feel like maybe you are not just into those local stuff, you prefer international movies or films to what we have back here.
No,
No, I don't.
that's not what I'm saying, and that's not the basis of my claim. What I said was
Okay, just
art is subjective, whether it's be it filmmaking, whether it's music, writing, painting, drawing, whatever it is, even clothes making. The art itself is
yes.
subjective. So what I find interesting, what I find appealing is
Yeah, I
different
might
from
not
what
find
other
interesting.
people.
That's true.
So yeah, I can watch a Nigerian movie and find out, oh, this is a very good Nigerian movie. I can watch a foreign movie and say, oh, this is a very bad foreign movie. It doesn't really matter. It's a very subjective act. And what I'm saying is that the stories for me, at from my own perspective, is the same recycled story. What we should do,
Over the years.
yes, what we should do right now, instead of making the same thing and okay, we are using better technology, we are spending in more money, we're having more talent. It's still the same thing. What we could do better, in my own point of view, is um work with more stories. Yeah, there are a lot of people that will not watch it. That's why they are called underground stories. They are underground fan base who want to watch a Power Rangers kind of movie. There's this there's this show that they are currently working on. It's not working on. It's even out on YouTube. It's about is a Nigerian Korean movie, Korean show rather. They are Nigerians. They are speaking Korean. It might feel cringy, but there's the audience for it. So if you put in talent on those kind of things, people are going to watch it. If you put in your talent, your time, your effort, those kind of things, there are a lot of people that will watch it, market it well. And if if it's time to go ahead towards making you money, then good. But I believe that people are doing theirs, and people if you should make the stories that I want to watch, I'm going to watch it. And even personally, I have ideas for short films that I'm currently scripting, and hopefully I'm able to complete it and able to shoot it. And if people watch it, good. If they don't watch it, good.
Yeah, that's true. In Nigeria, we have a lot of talented people, and as you've said, more people. I just feel like okay, there is no like, though technology is like vast now, and we all have a lot of opportunities and access to those technologies, and our social media platforms are there to help us. uh, I think more opportunities should be given, or even mentorship by these bigger filmmakers to people or younger talents who are interested in filmmaking. Today, I just like came back from where we went to shoot. Okay, I'll just call it a skit, though it's a kind of a long, short a film. There's a whole lot that goes into filmmaking. That's just what I would say. I left my house at about 9 to 10 this morning, and I came back at 8 o'clock or past 9 self. I didn't like take note of my time. But then I came back home very tired, and a lot of effort, a lot of energy and strength is put into filmmaking, and you might see something on the internet and it might not just catch your interest, but if you actually watch it, and it doesn't take, I don't think it does take anything to just appreciate the efforts of whoever decided to post such a content out there by just probably liking the post, or whatever reaction you want to do to the post. Just I think it shows that okay, keep going. It just has a way of giving this motivation to keep going and not giving up. That's just my take on filmmaking in Nigeria right now.
Oh, what you said, it doesn't take. It does take a lot. This is the reason why we have the review industry, and the reason why we have the comment sections. Uh, Here's the thing: if you make even the big movies, like recently Joker 2, it was cost 200 or 220, was it 220 or 300 million dollars? I think almost $300 million. That's what it cost. We have Lady Gaga, we have what's his name, Todd, I can't remember his full name. We have people that put in all their effort in making that movie, and there are still the reviews that says this movie is rubbish. That's because, like I said, art is subjective, and people will always express their feeling. Not even if my best friend or my wife or my parents, they make a movie. If it's something that is bad, I should be able to say that this is bad. You don't expect me to be a patriot and not express my feeling. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, you are saying, oh, let's say nice things about people because we'll get nice things in return. But
No, 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 don't get me wrong.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should twist our comment on the whatever content you see out there, but I'm saying it shouldn't take much review. So I'm just saying it shouldn't take much. As you've said, giving giving review, even though it's a negative one, that goes like a long way in even helping the filmmaker or whoever posted the content than just ignoring like those contents. That's how I feel.
So the advice would simply be whatever industry you are in, whether you're a filmmaker, you're actor, you're a musician, you put in the effort and you explore. You take risk, you make research, and you explore the means and the channels to put in a very good content. Hopefully your audience are going to love it, and even if they don't, you are also going to have to try to improve, because you're going to have to learn. Your first film or your first song may be shit, but if you keep on improving every single step of the way, you're going to get it right. um Adedayo, the Immortal boat, thank you for tuning in. Steve, Dakon, do you have any final message?
Nothing much than to say thank you for following us and thank you for listening to this point. If you actually did listen to this point, that means you actually find us interesting. As my co-host has said, you people relate to what they find to catch their attention and something they can relate with. So thank you, and big love. And going into the next week, sorry, going into like the coming week, please stay safe and God bless.